Valentine learns the truth, and Jocelyn plays a very long game. Oh, darlings, settle in, because this first segment is absolutely bursting with conversations that have been a long time coming. We have got Valentine finally understanding the full picture of what Jocelyn did for him. We have got Lulu showing up at Carly's door ready to say every single thing she has been holding back. And we have got Ava and Ethan circling each other at the pool in a scene that is equal parts hilarious and genuinely electric. Let us get into every bit of it. Valentine walked into that hospital room carrying flowers, and the moment he and Jocelyn looked at each other, both of them already knew. Valentine is sharp enough to have read the official statement about Ross dying a hero and understood immediately that the version of events being told to the public bore very little resemblance to what actually happened on Spoon Island. He knew someone had negotiated. He knew someone had shaped that narrative in a very specific direction. And standing there looking at Jocelyn, wounded but steady, completely unbothered by what she had agreed to, he put it together. He thanked her, genuinely, from a place of real gratitude that went all the way down. She gave him his life back. She kept him out of Steinmauer. She made sure the charges dissolved before they could stick. And when he asked her why she would do that, why she would take that kind of risk and make that kind of deal on his behalf, Jocelyn's answer was completely and perfectly Jocelyn. She could not let her mother go down for helping him. That was it. No grand speech. No complicated calculation. She needed Valentine free and clear so that nobody could come back and use what Carly did as leverage against her. She protected her mother by protecting him. And Valentine, who has spent his entire life in a world where people do things for complicated reasons, sat with the simplicity of that and felt it deeply. Before he left, Jocelyn asked him to pass something along to Anna. A message. The details of what that message contains are going to ripple outward in ways that nobody has fully calculated yet, but we will get to that. Now, across town, Lulu arrived at Carly's door. And Carly, with the particular instinct of someone who has known Lulu long enough to read the energy the moment it walks through the door, essentially told her to go ahead and say whatever she came to say. What followed was one of those conversations that had been building for months. Lulu wanted to understand exactly how Carly and Valentine got tangled together in the first place. And Carly, to her credit, did not hide from it. She laid it out. She told Lulu about Jack recruiting Jocelyn into the WSB without anyone's knowledge or consent, and how the moment Carly found out, she knew she needed to act, and she needed someone with very specific capabilities to help her do it. Valentine was that person. Lulu pushed. She wanted to know what Valentine got in return. And as she started connecting the dots, the attic, the Christmas visit with Charlotte, all of it clicking into place, her frustration built into something real and raw. She accused Carly of putting her daughter in danger to keep Valentine close. Carly pushed back. She was firm and honest and completely unintimidated. Charlotte was never in danger, and everything happened inside Carly's house where she could watch over all of it. But then Lulu landed the line that genuinely stung. She told Carly she did not know Valentine the way she did. That he will lie, manipulate, and ultimately do to Carly exactly what he did to Nina and Anna. She delivered that with the conviction of someone speaking from painful first-hand experience, and then she walked out. Carly stood there in the silence. Whether that warning plants any seeds of doubt, even the smallest ones, is going to matter enormously given everything that is quietly building around Valentine right now. Brook Lynn confesses, and Chase faces the truth about what she did. Now, darlings, this is the moment that Chase's storyline has been building toward. This is the confession. And it landed exactly as hard as it needed to. Chase had been circling the truth for days. He talked to Lucy. He noticed things that did not quite add up. And the conversation with Lucy about the deception shares, combined with everything he already knew about the GPS evidence, and when Willow became a suspect, started pointing him in a direction that he genuinely did not want to go. He came home. He held Phoebe. And in that moment, holding that little girl who represents everything they have been building together, he said out loud that nothing matters more than her. And then he turned to Brook Lynn and asked her directly, did she frame Willow? Brook Lynn had promised never to lie to him, and she kept that promise. She said yes. Chase sat with that. And then he started talking through exactly what that meant. Willow stood trial for something she did not do. Willow is actively helping them adopt Phoebe. And the woman Chase married, the woman he loves, the woman he is building this family with, deliberately manufactured evidence to put Willow in legal jeopardy. Brook Lynn tried to explain. She was not wrong that something real had been building between Willow and Chase. That dynamic, that closeness, that Chase's blind spot when it comes to his ex is very much a real thing that has been causing real damage to their marriage. She was not imagining it. She panicked. She wanted him to see Willow differently. She wanted the pull between them to stop. But what she did to make that happen crossed a line that Chase cannot get past easily. And the irony that Brook Lynn is now confronting, the devastating, almost unbearable irony, is that by doing this, she may have pushed Chase back toward exactly the person she was trying to separate him from. She screamed it at him, asked him directly if Willow is what matters most, if what she did to Willow is more important than what they have together. And Chase, who is honest to his core even when honesty is the harder path, did not have the reassuring answer she needed. That exchange cracked something between them, and the question of whether it can be repaired, whether Chase can find his way back to Brook Lynn knowing what she did, is going to sit at the center of their storyline for a long time to come. Liesl comes to Anna, Britt walks free, and the stage is set for everything ahead. And now, darlings, let us bring this week together with everything happening in the final movements of these storylines, because Port Charles is setting multiple stages simultaneously, and every single one of them matters. Liesl showed up at Anna's door, grieving, purposeful, and carrying a determination that was not going to be redirected by gentle conversation. She needed Anna to understand what happened, what Ross actually did, what Cassius was manipulated into, and why the official story being told about Cassius is a lie that she refuses to let stand. Anna listened. She was honest about where she was, fighting for her own healing, just back from months of captivity and psychological damage, not in a position to take on someone else's battle right now. But Liesl had something Anna needed. She had proof that Anna's experience in that room was real. She drew the layout. She pointed to the wall where Anna had written something. She confirmed that what Anna lived through was not a psychotic break. It was real. It happened. She was there. That gift, the confirmation that her experience was true, visibly moved Anna. And it created a moment of genuine connection between two women who have spent most of their history in opposition to each other. But Anna also shared something that complicated things for Liesl. She told her that the only person who could have known exactly how to psychologically torture her the way she was tortured would be someone with very specific knowledge, someone with a particular kind of access to her history and her vulnerabilities. The kind of access that would point toward Cassius rather than away from him. Anna is working from facts, and the facts she has do not fully exonerate Cassius in her mind. Liesl was not having it. She told Anna flatly, with or without her help, she is clearing Cassius's name. And she walked out. Anna was left alone again, with her thoughts, with the fragments of what Liesl said, and with the particular quiet of an apartment where something invisible is always present, whispering things she knows are not true but cannot fully silence. Meanwhile, across town, something unexpected and genuinely moving happened for Britt. She sat in that interrogation room expecting the worst. She was ready to fight. She was prepared for another layer of legal disaster to pile onto everything else she is already dealing with. And Joe told her she was free to go. The WSB was not pressing charges. Whatever their reasons, and there are surely several, Britt is out.
Free.
Standing in a police station with a paper release in her hands and absolutely nothing else. No phone. No money. No car. No immediate plan for what comes next. Joe handed her $5 with a completely straight face and told her she could pay him back later. And that small, dry, unexpectedly human gesture, in the middle of everything Britt has been through, was exactly the kind of moment this show does so beautifully. Life goes on. People are kind in small ways. And sometimes $5 and a slightly awkward interaction is the bridge between a nightmare and whatever comes next. Lucas was there waiting. He asked Britt the question that is now sitting at the center of everything. What is she going to do now? And the answer to that question, darlings, is going to shape one of the most interesting chapters of Britt's story yet. Because a woman who has been given her life back, truly given it back in a way she never expected, has choices she never thought she would get to make. Jocelyn, meanwhile, told Jack something he absolutely did not see coming. She told him that Anna had been held captive in the same room Jocelyn was held in at Windmere. That Cullum and Sidwell are responsible for what happened to Anna's mind. That Anna needs this information to heal, to understand that what she experienced was real and was done to her deliberately. And that if there is one person capable of pulling Valentine's attention away from Carly, it is Anna. That last part landed on Jack in a very specific way. He has concerns about Valentine and Carly. He made that clear when he showed up at the hospital and learned Valentine was free. And now Jocelyn, who is playing a longer game than almost anyone around her realizes, has quietly pointed one very complicated situation directly toward another. The pieces are all in motion, darlings. Brooklyn's secret is out, and her marriage is cracking. Britt is free with nothing but a $5 bill and a future wide open in front of her. Liesl is going to clear Cassius's name with or without Anna's help. Anna is sitting alone with a hallucination that is getting more specific and more dangerous. And Jocelyn, wounded in a hospital bed, supposedly the one who needs looking after, is quietly moving people around a board that only she can fully see.